Do you know how many people almost didn't come to church this morning? Have made up in their minds the weather is great, the pool is open, the grill is cooking, but there is something I need from God that the cookout won't give to me. And I got to press my way to church, and it don't matter whether the other folk in my family look at me like I'm crazy. They don't understand I'm sick of being stuck. And if I need to get something from God, I got to do something I've never done to get something I never had. And the people who are jealous of you, the reason why they're jealous is because they're satisfied being stuck. But I need somebody in the room who feels like I done made it through the first 6 months of the year and I didn't make the kind of progress I thought I was going to make, but now I'm in the laugh half. Something got to give. Something got to change on my behalf. Something has going to have to turn out. And God is saying, I want to see how much will you press. He's outside of the house, and the house is crowded, and as a consequence, the crowd won't let him in. But might I suggest to somebody in here that the crowd at the house is nowhere near comparable to the crowd in his head. The crowd in his head is, in fact, more full than the crowd at his house. During the 4th of July weekend, you've got to guard yourself against ANTS. ANTS is an acronym that stands for automatic negative thoughts. There is something that you got to swipe away, because whenever it is you're trying to make progress, you got to talk yourself out of negative thinking. Because some of us, if you're going to be honest, are our own worst enemies, that when God puts us something great in front of us, we try to tell ourselves it is not going to happen for us. But you got to change your thinking, because when you change your thinking, you change your being. It was the Greek philosophers that stole from the Egyptian philosophers. I think, therefore I am. When I think about who it is that I am and what it is I'm supposed to do, it doesn't matter what the crowd around me is doing, because scripture then says greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. And there's somebody in the room, you better brace yourself, because you getting ready to go past the crowd. The folk that tried to block you are soon gonna get the fax text message that no weapon formed against you shall be able to prosper. Y'all are looking back over the last 6 months of this year, and can you think of how many potholes you had to step over, every booby trap you had to walk around, every hate mail that you had to fight through, every negative action somebody thought was going to wipe you out and lay you down, but you still keep getting back up again because you make up in your mind there is something I got to get from God, and nobody is going to stop me from getting what God has for me. Look at the person in front of you, just tap them on the shoulder and tell them, you ain't going to stop me today. God help me in here. Would you just elbow the people on either side and tell them, you are not going to stop me today, because I made up in my mind this is my last day being stuck. God help me. I wish I could find somebody in here. This is my last day not making progress. This is my last day not making a move. This is my last day being in the same position, and something has got to happen.